Welcome back. Hope everyone's been having a great day and staying safe so far. Today, we're just pretty much going to continue on part two of Is Crypto a New Superpower? As crypto emerged, the overall goal was to use real computers to determine the validity and keep government and banks away from meddling in individuals' finances. This meant total control of individuals' funds, which were tax-free, but we'll touch on that a little bit later down the video. Not only could this new technology be applied to the financial sector, but it could also be applied to certain roles of court systems, laws, and much more. And the reason the main focus was merely on money is because people really needed some type of incentive if they are to use their personal computing powers to solve blocks, also known as mining. Now, keep in mind that there are pre-mined coins out there that cannot be mined by any user. That is definitely a topic for another video. As smart contracts were essentially reintroduced with Ethereum, it opened up the possibility to allow development and the ability to peg crypto assets to conventional financial instruments. Not to mention the ability of betting market in which there was a unreversible and untampered bets could be made. So pretty much if you wanted to make a bet on who was going to be the Super Bowl or winner, then you do it using smart contracts. This means that the person cannot back out of it at last minute. They can't choose to say like, okay, well, I'm backing out of it, I don't have to pay you anything if you win or stuff like that. So it was pretty much a way to secure those bets and actually make them truthful and pretty much make the person actually stick to their word and not want to do something last minute. Now, the issue was here that in order to get the correct outcome, it actually relies on a central authority to input the data so the winner could be chosen. This means it is not as decentralized as we are led to believe. This is what Chainlink actually has set out to do and solve using several independent nodes from different oracles to provide a definite truth of the actual outcome. The issue number two here was that the contract can only operate on the blockchain that it was initially started on, but that's definitely something again for another video. Now, perhaps one of the biggest challenges for states was the fact that it became extremely difficult to tax. So in theory, tax rates could essentially go up for the rest of the people that are not utilizing cryptocurrencies. They would essentially have to go up to make up for the untaxed crypto asset. This in return should bring more people actually into crypto. Such outcome would slowly do away with the power of state unless the state enforced it otherwise with physical force, which if they were to enforce it with a physical force, it could actually lead to a civil war. But trust me, I personally don't believe that is going to happen, and I strongly believe that it's extremely unlikely for something to get to that extent, at least here in the USA. Now, the article mentions that many believe and expect all nation states to disappear over the next coming decades, with the exception being China, as they already enforce strict laws concerning crypto assets. Now, I know that Bitcoin is definitely known for its decentralization, but the fact that China holds a huge amount of Bitcoin miners means that if they decided to completely enforce and end Bitcoin mining in Beijing, it could prove catastrophic for other Bitcoin miners and potentially even hurt Bitcoin altogether. In this scenario, to be quite realistic, it means that Bitcoin is not as decentralized as we might personally believe. Keep in mind that the state of power won't be going away anytime soon. Thus, cryptos working with authorities, at least in the form of taxations, would in theory have a higher chance of success. But that pretty much does it for part two, and that pretty much covers the whole general article. But definitely let me know what you think, because I do believe that with these emerging technologies and stuff, it opens up ways and possibilities for us not to necessarily need a third party for many things. It's not just a monetary views, it could also be for any other sectors of life. Keep in mind that, like I mentioned earlier in the video, the big reason why it has to start with money is because most people would not be out there mining and doing stuff like that using their computing powers if they weren't getting something from it. It's just unrealistic to think that people would use their computing powers, their electricity and all of that for something they're not really getting anything out of. But again, that pretty much does it for this video. Definitely stay tuned for the next one. I will be bringing out more news such as these as I find them and do my own personal research. But I always urge you all to always do your own research. I always leave the link to the articles in the descriptions below, so if you actually want to go ahead and check that out, you can check that out yourself. This specific article was a 14-page article, so I tried to pick the things that stood out the most and the things that I felt that needed to be shared specifically. But if you have the time, definitely read the whole article. They definitely I believe his City Journal definitely did a very good job with this article. I believe the author was Bruno Macias or something like that, but he definitely did a wonderful job describing all of this and really digging down into it. I'm personally going to be looking out for more articles of his so I can put it in my own words and bring it out to you guys in ways that it's not 14 pages long or hours of topics. But definitely stay tuned, and if you like this video, leave a thumbs up. If you like videos like this and you want to see more, or if you have any other personal cryptocurrency videos that you might want to see shared on YouTube, then definitely let me know in the comments below and subscribe, and definitely stay tuned. I'll see you all in the next one.